Hi everyone, Alan Lepofsky here from Constellation Research. This is the social business collaboration slash future of work news for the week ending October 2nd, 2015. This week I attended the BoxWorks conference in San Francisco, and so lots of news coming from the formerly known as File Sharing Company, now a content collaboration platform company, and I'll take you very quickly through the news there. As I just mentioned, kind of the main news that they kind of focused on is really not thinking of Box as file sharing, but thinking of Box as an application development platform. They put a lot of effort into that, talking about the partnerships they're doing and the ways that the content that they store can be used to build business applications. I'll let you learn more about that later. That said, a big part of the partnership was mentioning a partnership with IBM. So lots of things happening with IBM, one of the most important of which is later in 2016, Box customers will actually be able to store the content instead of in Box's US-based data centers in any of the IBM SoftLayer data centers around the world. So that's big news. And as well, on the product front, they're doing lots of integration between IBM's iOS, Apple mobile business applications, and IBM's enterprise content management applications and Box. Again, I'll let you read more about that on your own. Let's quickly go through the news. On the client side of Box, instead of the platform or backend side of things, they announced a few features for the front end, the ability to view 3D files, stream HD video, look at medical records, and a few other things. They introduced a new tool called Box Capture, which directly from your mobile phone, instead of taking a picture and then it being on your device and then syncing up to Box, it actually allows you to just snap pictures and have them immediately uploaded to applications that are built on the Box platform. So things like healthcare and retail. And that allows you to get past a lot of security concerns of files being stored on devices. And they will continue to upgrade that Box Capture application, but that was pretty neat. And here it is in the Apple iTunes Store. I did a full review of the event. Again, I kind of break it into two components. The back-end things that they announced, a lot of new things around compliance and governance, information rights management, enterprise key management, connections and storage with new enterprise players like AT&T and IBM. So lots of really good things on the back end. But I also do go into some of the things that I wish they had announced on the front end. So people that are actually using the products, and more things with analytics and dashboards and more people-centric and more collaboration-centric, etc. But I will point you to a link of my review and let you listen to all of that later. Switching gears to Microsoft, they announced a new version of OneDrive for Business. So OneDrive for Business is a lot more like the OneDrive product that is the commercial version. So a new user experience for OneDrive and lots of things. Again, OneDrive, little light on the application development side compared to what I just mentioned with Box. But it is great that they're updating the user experience and making new features. But again, Microsoft is kind of not really building out OneDrive as an app dev platform quite yet. Staying on Microsoft for a minute, some really interesting things, linking Cortana and LinkedIn, pun intended, linking. This is really neat because you're going to be able to do things like from Cortana, find out information about people that are in your upcoming meetings and things like that. So some really cool, assistance technology happening there. Continuing on with Microsoft, there's some new announcements in Office Delve. They've added things like praise, which is kind of in the gamification front, the ability to recognize and reward people. Debates open about how that works or how effective that is, but I'll let you decide on your own if you think that's important to your company. But some of the things I like a lot more are the ability to really emphasize skills about yourself on your profile page. So they're calling it the authoring canvas. You're going to be able to add things about yourself, collect favorites, show people more about yourself, etc. So again, encourage you to take a look at the things they're doing with Office Delve. I think it's one of the most exciting parts of the Office profile. Talking about task management now, Asana, one of the leaders in social task management or collaboration or project management, whatever you want to call this industry, released a brand new version of Asana. They spent a long time doing a brand new user experience, simplified, streamlined, lots of new integrations and things like that. So I encourage you to take a look at what's going on with Asana. And they also, it's a little, probably the week before, but let's squeeze it into this week's news. They have some new executives joining the team. So formerly of Google, Chris is now working at Asana. So not only they updated updating the product, they're also improving the company executive ranks. And let's just do a couple more here real quickly. Jive released a new version of their Jive N, or Jive internal platform. They're calling it the interactive intranet. So a lot of focus on intranet, which has kind of up to now been, on the large scale, it's been kind of privy to SharePoint deployments, IBM WebSphere portal deployments, or IBM Experience, I guess, whatever they call it these days. On the smaller front, Jostles and Thought Farmers and Igloo and some other vendors have really focused on intranet. So I guess Jive is kind of bringing back that old word intranet and emphasizing the integration between their mobile apps and their desktop applications. So if you're in Jive, internally talking to your colleagues, being able to do things like Jive Chime, and start a little instant messaging conversation with them. So some really good improvements on the Jive platform. And last but not least, a quick update here in the IBM world. There's going to be a lot more news in my next week's video about IBM. But for this week, one of the things I found is that they have released the IBM Client Access for Notes and Domino. Essentially what that means in a nutshell is you can access Notes and Domino applications, or I should say Domino applications. Instead of using a Lotus Notes client, you can use a web browser, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Firefox, or Mac Safari. So there you have it. There's a bunch of news for the week ending October 2nd, and we'll have a lot more news for you next week. If there's anything I missed, please feel free to let me know, either in the comments or reach me directly. Thank you.